You are the only one there? Not robbed, not broken into, just touched like something moved or shifted. That's exactly what happened to me one night during my quiet life in a small rental house near Denver. My house was simple. One-bedroom old wooden floors that creaked and thin walls that let in every. The rent was cheap, perfect for someone trying to save money, but it came with a strange feeling inside. At first everything seemed normal, but after about 3 weeks, little things started happening. My kitchen cabinet would be open when I knew I closed it like it had a mind of its own. My bathroom light would be on even though I was sure I had turned it off before leaving. Sometimes my shoes would be out of place as if someone had moved them around while I wasn't looking. I blamed it on being tired or distracted, things that happen when we're busy or. But then the milk incident happened to change. I came home from work around 6 p.m. and opened the fridge as usual. To my surprise, the milk carton was sitting on the counter at room temperature. I never leave milk out, especially not in my house alone with no pets or roommates around. I stood there staring at it, trying to figure out if I had done something without realizing. That's when my gut told me that something was wrong, that quiet voice inside. I ignored it for a week, hoping it was just my imagination. But then things got worse. One night I woke up around 2 a.m. and heard footsteps in my living room, slow and soft. I initially thought it was just the house settling, but then I heard something more striking. A drawer sliding shut. My heart pounded loudly and I grabbed my phone, but everything was silent after that. I stayed awake for hours, afraid to move, convinced I was imagining things. The next morning I saw that my junk drawer was slightly open, just a few inches, not fully closed. That was the moment I decided I needed proof, so I bought 2 cheap motion-activated cameras online, one for the living room and one for the hallway. I didn't tell anyone about my plan because I felt stupid, like I might be overreacting. But I also really needed to feel safe again, so I set them up carefully, and then The first 2 nights were quiet, no strange alerts or sounds, and I started to relax, thinking maybe it was just stress. Then came night 3 exactly at 3:12 a.m. when my phone buzzed with a notification. Motion detected in the living room. I was half asleep and almost ignored it, but something compelled me to check the app. When I opened the video thumbnail, my stomach sank because someone was standing in my living room. My first thought was, oh my God. Someone broke in, but then I saw how they were just standing there completely still. They faced the camera, not moving for about 10 seconds, then slowly walked out of frame toward the kitchen. My hands trembled and I almost dropped my phone as I sat up, grabbing a baseball bat from my closet. I moved cautiously, opening my bedroom door in the dark house, silent and still. I checked each room, closets, bathroom, kitchen. Nothing was out of place, no sign of anyone else inside. I felt my mind slipping, questioning if I was losing it. But I knew I saw something strange on the. And then I saw it. The person in the video looked exactly like me. Same height, same haircut, even the hoodie I wore that. But there was one horrifying difference. It was my face, but emotionless, blank, almost like they were wearing a mask of my. I replayed the clip several times, trying to find an explanation, but nothing made sense. Sleepwalking. I'd never sleepwalked in my life, and someone who looked just like me couldn't be real. Then I noticed something else. The figure smiled, or at least that's what it looked like. It was a slow, creeping, unnatural smile that sent chills down my spine. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night, feeling more shaken with each passing hour. The next morning, I checked the kitchen camera footage again, and my fears grew worse. The figure had entered the kitchen, opened the fridge, took out the milk, and placed it on the counter, just like I had seen it earlier. That meant whoever or whatever it was had been inside my house multiple times before, and I'd never known. I was terrified and decided to call my friend Marcus, asking if I could stay at his place for a few. I didn't tell him the whole truth, just that I didn't feel safe anymore. Before leaving, I set up one last camera pointing directly at my bedroom door, hoping to catch anything that. The first night at Marcus's house was peaceful, but the second night's clock struck 3:12 a.m. My phone buzzed once more with the same notification. The bedroom camera detected. My heart thumped loudly as I opened the footage, and I saw my own room in the dark, silent and waiting. In the video, the figure moved closer to my bed, still dressed like me, with no expression on its face. I felt my stomach twist with fear, trying to understand what I was seeing. Was it a ghost, a shadow, or something even stranger that defied logic? As I stared at the screen, I realized that whatever it was, it knew me, or at least looked just like me. That night, I kept the lights on, too afraid to sleep, knowing that whatever was inside my house could return at any time. Even now, I wonder if I saw a spirit, a mirror image, or something else entirely, something that can reach into our world and touch us without. And I still don't have an answer, but I know one thing for sure. Some things are better left unexplained.